Hi, I'm Frankie, an occupational therapist at SpecialEffect. In this video, we are going to introduce you to some of the equipment we use at SpecialEffect to play on the Xbox Series S and Series X consoles. We use a range of controllers in our work. Some of these are based on a standard Xbox wireless controller, whilst others, like the Xbox Adaptive Controller, allow you to create a fully customised controller with a range of different joysticks and buttons. Often, we will combine both of these to create a setup. This video will be an overview of the equipment we are using, but more detailed information can be found in the links below the video. Standard Xbox wireless controller. If someone we are working with is able to partially use a standard Xbox wireless controller, we often start by seeing if we can utilise this in a setup. We may mount the controller to remove the need to hold or support it. We may also add some toppers to the thumbsticks to help players access these. Sometimes we may use a feature on the Xbox called Xbox Controller Assist to connect a second controller to use with another part of their body, or this may be used by a second player to play alongside them cooperatively. To add additional inputs, we may pair an Xbox Adaptive Controller. We will look at the Xbox Adaptive Controller a bit later on in this video. You can remap the inputs on a controller across the whole console. You can find more on this process in our video on remapping for consoles. We will also look at the games people want to play and see if there are any in-game settings that may help. There may be control settings that allow you to remap controls, sensitivity settings for the analog inputs on the controller, or settings that affect how long you will need to hold an input for. We will also look for gameplay settings that affect the game itself, such as utilising assists that aid the player and which may reduce the number of controls needed. Low force Xbox wireless controller. If a player can reach controls on a standard controller still, but the force required to use the inputs is too much, we will try a low force controller. This is an Xbox wireless controller that has been taken apart and modified to reduce the resistance of the buttons, triggers and thumbsticks. As before, mounting a controller can remove the need to hold and support the controller, which can free up the hands to use the controls. Again, we might use Controller Assist to add a second controller to the setup, such as a standard Xbox wireless controller or an Xbox Adaptive Controller. Evil Controller's one-handed controller. If a player is able to use one side of a controller, we will often use a one-handed controller from Evil Controllers. These move some of the inputs from one side of the controller to the other by adding additional buttons and having the second thumbstick in a separate housing that can be positioned where it is accessible to the player, such as by their chin. As before, mounting the controller can make it easier to access for some players, removing the need to support the weight of the controller. We will sometimes use Xbox Controller Assist to pair this to a second controller. Xbox Adaptive Controller. The Xbox Adaptive Controller, also known as the XAC, is a joystick and accessibility switch interface that allows you to create a customised setup. By connecting and positioning joysticks and switches that are the right size and which require the appropriate amount of force to activate them, we can create a setup that is customised to a specific individual. You can also pair the controller to a standard Xbox wireless controller. The number of inputs we use in a setup will be based on the game someone wants to play and how many inputs they are able to comfortably access. We have a wide range of joysticks in our kit that we use with the XAC. Some have a USB connection and others have a 3.5mm jack connection. The joysticks we use include a range of larger joysticks. These vary in the resistance required to move them, as well as the distance of travel. They also come in cases of different heights and sizes and have different joystick toppers available. We also have a range of standard force joysticks that are similar to those found on a controller, but in their own separate housing so they can be positioned where they are most accessible for someone. We also have a range of low force and very low force joysticks that we use, which require different amounts of force to use them, from 5 grams to 20 grams. By comparison, a standard thumbstick would be around 60 to 70 grams. Similarly, with switches, we have those that are larger and require a certain amount of force to activate them, and we have smaller ones, which require less force. How we position and mount these joysticks and switches is a large part of creating a controller setup. We use mounting trays and mounting arms to achieve this. More information on how we use the Xbox Adaptive Controller and the peripherals we use with it can be found in our videos and posts, which can be filtered by using the XAC tag on our Game Access site. Xbox Adaptive Joystick. The Xbox Adaptive Joystick, also known as an XAJ, is a controller that can be used via a USB port on the Xbox Adaptive Controller or connected directly into the Xbox Series consoles. It is designed to be used alongside another controller, but it can be used by itself, providing the games you want to play do not require more controls than are on the controller. It can be held in one hand or mounted. More information on the XAJ can be found in our video on it. Additional equipment in our kit. In addition to our core equipment that we have looked at already, we also have some other equipment we keep in our kit, which includes the following. 8-bit Do Lite SE Controller. The 8-bit Do Lite SE Controller is a low-force controller that can either be held or used flat. It includes 2 large external buttons that can be positioned to use with different parts of the body. Like a standard Xbox wireless controller, it can also be paired to a second controller, including an XAC. Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2. This Elite Series 2 has some additional features to a standard Xbox wireless controller. These include some additional buttons on the back of the controller, which are activated using paddles. It also has a lock option to reduce the amount you press in the triggers and adjustable thumbsticks, which allow you to alter the tension of them. Sometimes we will modify these controllers to make some of the inputs low force, like we do with the standard controllers. Console adapters. A Titan 2 adapter allows us to use alternative controllers on an Xbox Series console. This is useful when someone has a preferred controller they can access from another console. Other adapters may allow this too. Compatibility can change over time depending on console updates. More information on the Titan 2 can be found using the Titan 2 tag on gameaccess.info. By using something called profile shifting, devices like the Titan 2 can also be used to enable players to potentially use fewer inputs to do more in-game actions. This could, for instance, allow you to use one button input for multiple actions. The same could be possible using different joystick directions for multiple inputs too. More information on profile shifting can be found in our videos linked below. We may also use the Titan 2 to connect a PC into a setup to use voice control. More information on this can be found within our videos on this on gameaccess.info, also linked below. Other adapters we may use include the Brook Wingman XB adapter. This allows you to use a range of alternative controllers on your Xbox Series console. More information on compatibility can be found on their website. ByoWave Proteus Controller. The ByoWave Proteus controller allows you to combine modules and create a bespoke controller configuration. There are additional peripherals that can be used to mount the modules. There are also layouts shared by Proteus users on their website for inspiration. QuadStick. The QuadStick can be used on Xbox Series consoles to enable players to use mouth controls, which includes joysticks and sit-puff inputs. Through the XAC, you can use it to control one joystick and up to 8 other inputs. Alternatively, it can be connected directly to the console through a compatible console adapter to use more of the inputs on the QuadStick. More information on using the QuadStick can be found on their website. Games. As we mentioned earlier in the video, in-game options can be a part of creating an accessible setup for a player alongside an accessible controller. Examples of options that we might utilise to reduce the number of controls include the 1 and 2 button modes in EAFC, the driving assists in Forza Motorsport, and the single stick mode in Sea of Thieves. Game settings that allow you to alter the level of individual challenge and simplify gameplay include Forza Horizon's game speed option, Celeste's invincibility option, and Jedi Survivor's combat difficulty options. A game may also be more accessible to a particular player without needing to alter any optional settings. For instance, this may be due to the default speed of gameplay or number of controls needed. We have articles and videos about the motor accessibility of Xbox games on gameaccess.info. You can use the game category and Xbox platform subcategory to find these. You can use the accessibility tags Xbox use on the store. These give you information on the accessibility features games include. The tags can also be used to filter and find games with these features. More information on these tags can be found in our article on them linked below. Thank you for watching this video. We hope it has given an overview of some of the options we use for accessing Xbox Series consoles. For more information on equipment for Xbox Series consoles, please use the equipment category and choose Xbox under Platform on the Game Access site. We have also linked to the videos and articles mentioned in this video below.